Hi everyone, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to another video. Today I want to share with you how to use the Heidi Swapp Minc glitter sheets. I've had these for a while now. I've played around with them. I've shown them in previous videos, but I really want to get down into how I really like to use them, my favorite ways to use them, and some ways I don't like to use them. So here's what they look like when you purchase them. Mine are all torn up now. I have opened them and used them and really played around with these. But these come with 4 glitter sheets to a pack. I have 3 colors here. I have the gold, the silver, and the rose gold as well. There is also a pink that comes in this glitter sheet form. I don't have that one. I didn't think it really fit my card making style. On the back of the packaging, it does show you how to use these. It shows what number you need your Minc foiling machine at. If you have one of those, I just use my laminator, so that's what I'm going to be sharing today. Here's a look at the colors I have. They are gorgeous, and let's go ahead and get into them. Now, if you are buying these and you are expecting them to work with toner or toner sheets or toner products, they don't. I bought these expecting that, and I was highly disappointed, so I needed to find some other ways to use them. So just a forewarning, I tried these with just a toner sheet, and doesn't work. You can see that very, very clearly. It does stick slightly, however, it's not a really solid image. So my next way of using these that I truly love is with my hot foil gel. This is from the Crafter's Workshop. You can get hot foil gels from a few other companies as well. I will leave some of those linked down below in the description box. But this is just a white gel that you can smear on with an old credit card or a palette knife is what I use. And I put these through stencils the majority of the time. However, you can also just kind of smear it on with a palette knife and do some nice stripes that way. Now, like I said, I put these on through my stencils. Now, when I put this on, it's going to go on white, and it's going to go on very opaque. It's very wet as well. With this, you need to go ahead and account for dry time. It does take some time to dry, and the thicker you put it on, the longer it takes to dry. Now, you'll know it's dry when it's completely clear, and it's not going to be tacky at all on the surface. It's going to be a nice, slick surface. Now for this, I went ahead and put it through a stencil. I will be leaving all the products I use linked down below, so you can find those in the description box. But I put the gel onto a piece of navy cardstock. Now for this, I'll be using the silver glitter sheets. And as I get this out, I do want to mention you need to be super careful when you're dealing with these. Whenever you open them, make sure that you kind of fold back that tacky surface. If the glitter touches that tacky surface, it's going to stick to it, and then your glitter will be off of that spot on the sheet. Now, also with these sheets, there is an area around the actual glitter itself where you need to touch it. If you touch the glitter at all, it's going to move. It's going to remove from the sheets. You can see I got this a little bit with my nail as I was removing it. It just brushes off super, super easily. It comes off on your fingers super easily. This is a glitter bomb waiting to happen. If you drop this on your floor, if you drop it on your carpet, it's done. That's just, it is what it is with these. It moves around super easily, so only touch those clear parts on the glitter sheet. Also, another thing I want to mention as I'm cutting this product does have a distinct smell to it. It's almost a gluey smell, and it's strong. Just forewarning. So I was surprised by it. Just forewarning, it's there. It's normal. It is what it is. Now moving on, you want to use these like you use your foil sheets. I put mine in just a paper carrier sheet. This is computer paper. Put my cardstock with the gel side facing up, and then place my glitter sheet on top with the glitter facing that gel. You want the glitter to melt into that gel almost, so you need it facing the gel. Now with your laminator, you want to make sure this has heated up for a while. You want this as hot as it can be. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it through once. This time I'm just going to put it through going vertically. I use the Royal Sovereign laminator, and I have this set to the 5 mils, 5 mils on the little button there at the bottom, and I've let this heat up for like a good 15 to 20 minutes before I start doing this. You want this thing hot. If you're using your Minc, you put this on the hottest setting. So just kind of take into account, you want a really nice hot laminator to get this to work. Once I've put it through vertically, I'm going to go ahead and flip this 90 degrees and put it through again horizontally. This is while it's still hot, so it's getting as much heat and as much pressure as possible. Now I can go ahead and take off that glitter sheet once it's ran through the second time, and I have this beautiful glittered background. Now the good thing about this is once it's in there, it's not going anywhere. This glitter isn't really going to shed. If you have any extra glitter that's like in between all your little stenciled pieces, just take a brush and brush those aside. That leftover glitter you can use on die cuts and different things like that, which I will show you later on in this video. What I do to get this extra glitter off, or if you have any little hangy bits off your stenciled areas, just use a nice stiff bristle brush. This is a small stencil brush from Imagine Crafts. I will leave it linked down below. But Heidi Swapp has a brush that is meant for dusting off the extras. I'll leave that link down below also. I just already had something on hand that would work, so I didn't purchase it. There is a closer look at how that looks on the actual background. It is so, so fun. And like I said, once it's in there and once that glitter is on, it's not going anywhere. Now I finished this card off with a happy banner up at the top and then B-Day down at the bottom. That B-Day is die cut from a Cat Scrappiness die set, and that last layer is actually glittered with these sheets as well. But I did it with adhesive sheets, which I'll show you at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around. But you can see using the two mediums on the same card, it doesn't change the color of the glitter at all or the consistency, so you can mix up your mediums on your cards, which is a really great option. Now, if you are not into the mess of the gels, or you don't have stencils, or you just don't want to go that route, you can also buy these pre-made cardstock sheets. This is from Heidi Swapp as well. Now with this, you are limited to just the patterns that come in this tablet or paper pad. So you can see the patterns you have there on the back. This also works really great with foil. Essentially what this is a very thin layer of that gel medium. I assume that's what it is because it works with the glitter as well. But again, you can use this with your foil too, so you have that option too. Just a side note as well, this works with the deco foil, the flocking sheets too. I tried that and it does work as well. Now these you want to use the exact same way, except you don't have the dry time. I went ahead and took one of those pieces, cut it down to A2 size, and now I'm going to be using the rose gold on this one. So I have my pattern facing up. I'll go ahead and put my glitter piece facing down, the glitter facing that gel, and then close my carrier sheet, which is just a piece of computer paper folded in half. I'll put this through the laminator the exact same way. I'm going through twice, once vertically, once horizontally, one right after the other to get as much heat and pressure on there as possible. I've let this heat up again. It's ready to go. It's got that heat. Now I'm going to leave a few of these paper pads linked down below. You have the white and you also have a craft. You also have a 6x6 and a 12x12. So if you are a scrapbooker and you want to go that route, you have that option too. Or you just want bigger patterns and you want more of the same pattern, you have that as well. Now I put these through twice and there is a closer look at how that turns out. Now I think the gel does a better job, but this is an option as well. It's still gorgeous. It's just not as densely packed with the glitter as it does when I use the gel and I put that on myself. You can see it's a little sparse in some areas, but still, it's really gorgeous. I love the way this card turned out. I just want to be 100% honest as I'm sharing my opinions here. This seems to flake off just a little bit as well. Not really a whole lot, but like with the gel that I used before, once that's sealed in, it's kind of sealed in. It's not going anywhere. This one flaked off just a little bit. I used the same brush to brush it off really cleanly, and then I finished off this card really simply. I used an oval die cut that I ran through with an embossing folder. Then I did a sending die that I added some rose gold embossing powder to, and then I put congrats on a banner strip that I did the rose gold embossing powder as well. I put everything onto that panel and then onto a card base to finish off this card. Another thing I want to mention as you're looking at this paper pad, it's not the same white color as my cardstock, which kind of bothers me a little bit, but it is white, it's just a different white. So keep that into account as you're using this. Now, my third and final way is probably my next favorite. I like the gel the best. Then this is my second favorite. This, however, has no dry time and it's super easy to do. You just need some kind of double-sided adhesive. I'm using adhesive sheets. These come in all different sizes. You can use adhesive rolls. You can use double-sided tape. I'm going to be die cutting mine today. However, you could take your adhesive strips, place them down onto your background, and create a nice striped background that way just by laying that glitter over the top. This is essentially glittering just like you would any other time using loose glitter. However, you have the convenience of having it in that sheet. It is a little bit less messy. You're not dealing with glitter flakes going everywhere, but it's still a little messy. Just forewarning, you're not getting a completely clean glitter look here. You're still going to have a little bit of that mess. I like to take those glitter sheet or take the adhesive sheets and place it on a cardstock for a nice base. And then I'm running this through my die cutting machine with a few dies. I like to do this with sentiments, and I'm also using this with a feather die from Concord and Ninth. This is a great way to glitter die cuts. And if you don't have adhesive or if you don't have the glitter sheets like I'm using here, just remember you can do this technique with loose glitter as well. Any kind of loose glitter will work here. But I had the glitter sheets, and this is the way that I like to do it. And it's a great way to use up any little scraps or any of those pieces that maybe you touched, like I touched this one here. I dragged my nail across it, you can see. It's a great way to use up those pieces. So here I'm just taking my die cuts that I used with the adhesive sheets, and I'll just place those dies right over the top once I've removed that backing paper. You press this into the glitter sheets and make sure that you keep that little backing paper from your adhesive sheet. That is a really great tool to have on hand for burnishing in any kind of glitter, any kind of flock, anything like that. So I take off the backing sheet and then I lay it right over the top of that glitter. Then I can take that backing sheet, like I said, and place it right over the top. I use my bone folder to start burnishing in those areas and really give it some pressure. Because that backing paper is nice and slick, it rubs over those dies really easily, and it doesn't pick up any of the glitter, so it doesn't move it around at all. Now here you can see that hello die. If you feel like you have any areas that didn't get glittered properly, just put it right back over the top of that glitter and keep going in. Now this is a great way to do it. However, I got better results when I actually flipped this over. So I like to take off the backing paper and place my dies down onto the paper. Then put the glitter sheet over the top. It's a little bit more messy. You're going to have a little bit of glitter fall out on your backing paper there, but put a piece of scrap paper down and it won't be a huge mess. You also have that nice slick surface on the back of the glitter sheets, so you can really give it some pressure with your bone folder and it just glides right over the top. So I put that feather down. I just wasn't getting the coverage I wanted. So I placed it down onto the background, put the glitter sheet over the top, and then I can use my bone folder to really smush in that glitter onto the feather. Now with this, again, you have a lot less mess than you do with the loose glitter. So I do feel like this is a little bit better way. Plus, I like the look of this glitter better. It is a very fine glitter. It almost looks like glittered velvet by the time it's done burnishing in. And because it's so fine, it really doesn't rub off a whole lot. So this is a really good option if you're not about the mess of glitter, but you don't mind a little bit of mess. This one might be a good option for you. And it's a great way to add some pizzazz to your sentiments, as you can see I did here on this card. But like I said before on my first card, I also did that with my die cuts for the B-Day. I just die cut those several times and built them up with that chipboard-like effect just by gluing them together. And then on that last layer, I added the adhesive and just burnished in that silver glitter. Super easy to do. And then it's going to match all of my other little elements that I glittered as well, like my little feather. To finish this card off, I added some more feathers from that die set from Concord 9th, and I grouped them together. I put them on a background that I dry embossed with the wood grain embossing folder, matted that with craft cardstock, and that is the card. Super, super simple and easy on this one. I really wanted to keep the focus on the glitter on these cards. Now, do I like these? Absolutely I do, but a few things to keep in mind. These are not a mess-free way to glitter. You're still going to have a little bit of mess, and these don't work with toner. They don't. I wish they did, but they don't. These work great with the gels. That is my favorite way to use them. They also are a little bit less mess than going with a loose glitter on your die cuts. You also have that option with the paper pads as well, which is just another option if you don't like the mess of the gels. So there it is. Those are my favorite ways to use these glitter sheets. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget all the information down in the description box as well as the supply list. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and happy crafting, everyone.